Unscripted by Joseph Maksoud.
Roy, it's always good to have you in Unscripted. I'm gonna go ahead and start directly on the topic. I've been hearing a lot of comments and remarks from people. I was listening to this guy who was saying this thing about a specific topic, then someone else is saying something completely different. So there is a lot of opinions in the market. Uh, Everyone has his own point of view. So most of the people that they don't know much in the market, they are getting confused. So what do you think about it? And is every opinion right?
Okay, so that's the problem, that everyone has an opinion, and that's fine. But the thing is that when you want to invest, you want to take in consideration an opinion or a fact. You know what I mean? So, for example, let's say someone wants to invest, and his friend, let's call him Alex, for example. Alex has never invested in Dubai. He has no idea about anything about Dubai. He never even tried the market, but he likes to give opinions. So he would convince, his friends who was investing that Dubai is gonna crash. It's not the right time. The prices are too high. Just wait until there's another dip or something. So that's the thing. When you want to invest, check the facts, because in the end of the day, no matter how much you talk, okay, numbers talk. That's the important thing. So that's the thing about Dubai, that you have a very transparent government and a very transparent Dubai Land Department. So anything that you want to know, other than the history, of course, of Dubai, and other than the future plan of Dubai, make the research. And of course, for example, get me as a consultant, I would help you throughout all this journey. But the thing is that it doesn't matter what anyone is saying, because at the end of the day, it's your decision, and based on facts and based on numbers. So
Okay, so out of what you were saying, there is two topics I'd like to know about. The first one that we can talk about, it's the value of what you're getting. Some people will say like, okay, but this project, I'm paying this amount and I'm getting the same property. It's a one bedroom, but is it the same value? So
correct.
how they can see these things and do the proper comparison between like the value and the price they are paying?
Okay, I like the question. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people use the word price. Like, what's the price of this one bedroom? What's the price of this building, or whatever? So the thing about real estate in Dubai, especially, it's not about the price. It's about the cost, and there's a big difference. Price is something that you buy once, for example, or once in a while. Like, for example, you're buying an iPhone, so you want to see the best price. Maybe there's someone giving you a small discount or something like that. That's fine. Okay, you save a little bit of money. Cost is the amount that you pay in order to get a certain amount of return, and this is the value. So when you want to buy, let's say, a one bedroom, and it happens a lot with me, especially in the beginning of my career. So I received a lot of people who said, "Okay, you're selling me this one bedroom, and we like it, amazing project and everything. There's a vision, there's a future and everything, but it's a 2 million one bedroom. I can get the same size but different area,
I can
totally
get
different
four
area.
properties with the same amount. Come
Exactly,
on.
exactly. I can get it for half, 1 million, or like you said, I can get 2 units or 3 units. Okay, you can even get maybe 5 units, but that's not the point. If you get 5 units with an area that has no potential, like no plan, no future, nothing will happen in this area, still you're gonna sell it after 3 or 4 or 5 years with the same price. So unless you're okay with that, you're a safety investor, because there's someone who's an opportunist who likes to take risk. And when we say risk, it's not actually a risk, but this is what we use the term, like we say risk. And there's someone who likes the safety. I have 1 million. I want to put it in two studios, let's say 2 units of studios, and I want to generate, example, 40K per month from each. That's it. I'm happy. It doesn't matter if I want to sell it later on or not. But you're in the city where you have a lot of potential. Like, go back to the history. For example, let's say I'm selling you this 2 million one bed in a beachfront area. It doesn't matter where. Check other beachfront areas and what they did already, because you have already established beachfront areas. For example, you have Blue Waters, Emar Beachfront, you have Palm, Palm Jabal. You have a lot of options. So check what happened and check if this new project will give you the same benefits, or if the plan is big enough. Also, another thing, a lot of those, let's call them, I don't like to say cheap,
Affordable.
more affordable properties, if you want. Okay, you see them in a building, okay, from a developer unknown, and that's it. It's just a building. When you pay this extra cost, You're buying in a community. You have a lot of things to do there. So it's part of a community with a big name, a big developer. Most probably there's going to be a metro, there's going to be more bridges, maybe a lagoon. It all depends, of course, on the developer. But that's the thing. It's about the value and about not the price. And let me add one more thing. There's an example that I like to give always. Let's say you have two cars in the parking. Okay. Let's say I have
I was about
yeah.
to talk about cars.
Let's say I have a Rolls Royce and I have a Kia. Okay, and they're parked next to each other. Both of these cars will take me from point A and point B. Okay, but it doesn't mean that it's the same value. It's the same car. The Rolls Royce will always have its value, if not even increases the value with time. Kia, I know that I'm gonna use it, okay, just as a city car to take me from point A to point B, okay, go travel, do my work there and everything. But that's it. At the end of the day, I'm gonna sell it with with a big loss or
Not only the loss, even as you mentioned, it's the community
Mm,
where the Rolls Royce will take you. It will take you the same trip, but the connection you might make because you own a Rolls Royce, it's completely different.
correct. There's the aspect also of luxury, of comfort, of the ease of everything. So it all makes a difference. And also there's the rarity. You're getting something that not a lot of people. I don't mean that they cannot afford, but not a lot of people actually can buy it because it's not available. So there's a certain limit for
Which will keep the value in.
exactly. That's
Which
what
will
gives
keep
the value, and that's why I don't want to name developers, but some developers that I really like a lot, they have a very rare projects that you cannot find anywhere, and also they don't build a lot. Like they're very well known with quality names and everything and reputation, but you cannot find them anywhere. And that's why when you see a project, for example, selling out in half an hour and another one selling out in 2 months, there's your there's
But
the screenshot.
I
That's the
think now
difference.
this is the market, and this is what I always tell anyone who asks me. It's not about the quantity; it's about the quality.
Yeah.
Because now we're seeing a lot of quantity. Everyone is building. There's a lot of project, but depends on the quality you're getting, which will help your investment in the future. Either if it's a long term rental, short term rental, or even the appreciation for the resale.
Correct. Another example, other than we gave an example for the car, like a car theory, but there's another example. Let's say you have two developers, same price, same everything, same size. Okay, one of them is telling you that the price is 2 million, and that's it. That's the best I can do for you, just like any other, a client. The other developer will tell you, I would give you, let's say, a 20% discount, and then the agent, okay, will give you also a kickback, and then we will give you an additional discount if you pay, let's say, more than 20%, if you pay 40%, something like that. So when you calculate it, when you see that at the end they give you almost 35% discount, but then the other one didn't. But there's a reason that this developer is desperate to sell. And also, why would a developer, okay, give a discount if they know their value and they know that they're gonna sell everything within, let's say, days? I don't want to say hours, within days. So the value is there, and they know that the value is there based on history and based on the reputation that they built and based on the area and the plan that they are working on. So that's the difference between the two.
Let's go towards the transparency in the market.
Mm.
I know each developer they build their names and everyone know them and they have their quality. But from an investor point of view, how he can follow up on these things, how he will have access about the market, and is it transparent or not?
Okay, so before we talk about that, when let's say an investor, a client is sitting with a consultant and they are talking about everything in general, like what's the price per square foot in the areas, what's happening, what's the future plan, and everything. So the consultant also cannot talk about his own opinions. Like they cannot say that I like, let's say downtown, I like Dubai Hills. It doesn't matter what you like, unless you mean you like it as in the value or as in the amount that you're paying and the amount that you are exiting, because you can enter any property. That's super easy. Like right now we can buy any property, but what's the exit plan? We don't know. So once they talk about everything, they need to share the data from the Dubai Land Department.
But not all of them care about these things.
Not-
That's why they give their opinion, because they are running behind their commission. They're not building a trust.
know.
They're not building a relationship.
I know, and the other problem is that they don't even have access to Dubai Land Department, like there's a lot of platforms. I don't want to name them, but there's a lot. But they don't want to even pay for it, like pay for this access, which is the most important thing. Like, how am I supposed to reply or give an answer to a client when they ask me, Dubai has what's going on since 2019 till today? I cannot tell them that the price has increased because we know it has increased,
That's
but
everywhere.
that's
Everywhere.
is it increased by double, triple, or maybe 20%? I have no idea. That's why I need the data. When I open the data and I choose any building or any similar building that he wants to invest in, and I can show him that, Mr. Investor, this building initially it was sold, let's say the 2 bedroom, it was sold for 3 million. After 6 months, another sale for 3.2, and then we go for year by year and sale by sale, and then we reach a point where after 6 years, for example, the same unit was 3 million. Now it's 4.2. So he can do the math. And then also based on this example, we would know, okay, what will happen in the new one based on everything that's happening also around it. So that's the thing. You cannot, also as a consultant, you cannot be opinionated and just because you like the area, it means it's a good, you know what I mean? It's a good purchase. Like, for example, I have some areas that I like that I really like, but I would never buy there because it doesn't make sense today. Maybe in 6 years ago, it was amazing. Today, it doesn't make sense anymore. So that's why we have to go with the trend, go with everything that's happening, and always stick to a plan. You need to have a plan.
I watched an episode with Anand and Anthony. They are talking about these things, and Dr. Anand mentioned that the average increase in the market, let's say it's 15-25%, but it's not all the areas. Some areas they appreciate it for 2%, some areas they appreciate it for 30%.
Exactly.
So the agent, and I'm seeing it a lot, they are using the average in the market to sell anything.
And also, like for example, when they talk about numbers, they say an average of 1.6% every month. That's the increased value of the property, right? But this is on an off-land property, and that's an average. It can be more, it can be less.
Depending on
People
the
are
product.
taking the numbers and they are using it for something secondary and something very old in an area that doesn't really, help.
Dev, for us, let's say I want to check it myself.
Mm.
Can you do it?
You can-
Is there a portal or a website where I can see the transactions, what's going on in the market?
Okay, you can. Some of them give you access. Anyone can access it, but a very limited access. Like you cannot go back, let's say 6 years ago, or you cannot see all the transactions. You can see, for example, the initial sale and then the final one. So you cannot see in between, and that's very important. Like when we talk about big developers, like the biggest in the UAE, people will tell us, "Why are you making me buy here if I wanna flip?" And by flip, I don't mean in 6 months. I mean, let's say in a year or two. So we would show them that this unit, okay, something similar to it, was sold 7 times or 6 times before handover. So you need to know those numbers. Where the other one that you like, it wasn't. I mean, initially it was sold, but till today it's still listed. Also, when you see the portals of selling, okay, there are maybe more than 5 in the UAE. When you see the number, it doesn't mean that's the value. It means that someone is trying their luck. When they put a high number, let's say you want a 1 bedroom for 1 million, and you see another one for 1.3, it doesn't mean it's gonna sell. They are just trying their luck.
This is
That's
a
why-
listing, and I faced
Exactly.
it a lot with the rental. Yesterday, it happened to me. Like I was talking with a landlord, and he wants to list his studio for a long term. So I was no okay for such a studio. If you want to rent it, it should be between 46 to 48,000. So he sent me a link that the same studio is listed for 54. So I was, yeah, I can list it any amount I want, but is it gonna be rented? Then I went back to the last studio that was rented within the same building, which was for 42,000. So I shared it with him, and he insisted, no, 40 to 48, it's low for me. I want minimum 54.
Yeah.
That's good, listed for 54, but you cannot push me to list it for 54 because it's gonna be a loss for us and for you.
Correct. Also, an example for that, I was working on a villa recently. It's a secondary villa, and the client who initially bought from me as a secondary, he wants to sell it right now. So we were calculating the numbers based on everything that happened in the area. The area already is kind of established. It has the metro, it has a mall next to it, it has a lot of things. So nothing really changed. So we checked everything. We checked from, the portals, and also we checked from the Dubai Land Department. So we saw that all the similar villas are being sold for 7.8 to 8 million. So let's call it an average of 7.9 million. That's the number. The client wanted 9 million for it. And if I didn't have the data and if I didn't have the access, I couldn't tell him that it's not worth it. I mean, check, you can see the numbers. He saw a couple that was sold for 9 and 9.5 even, but then we saw that the 9 and 9.5 have done a lot of upgrades. They added an elevator in the villa, they added landscape,
It's for
pool,
a reason.
yeah, gazebo outside, barbecue area, greenery inside out. They even changed a layout just a little bit from the back side. They did a lot. And this villa that I'm working on, nothing has changed. Like the way we bought it already, we're gonna sell it. So that's why the numbers help you. It's not about yeah.
And here also we go back to the value of what you're paying. You cannot ask for something that doesn't have the value. If you don't mind, just let the property listed there and sleep on it 6, 7 months. Maybe you will find someone.
Mm.
But if you're looking at a logical sale or rental, it should be within the logic and the right number for the market.
Correct. Can I talk about something else? Remember when a long time ago we talked about some projects and we talked about Expo, how it's gonna be the next the future city of Dubai, and the only sustainable city in the UAE and everything. Okay, back then not a lot of people went for it, and they still said it's too far and we don't know what we're doing. We're paying a lot and everything. I'll give you just an example that happened with me. So I had some client who were interested in Expo. Some of them already bought, and that's good. Okay, we worked on the project. They went there, they saw it, they fell in love and everything, and they actually purchased. Other clients who were still skeptical, I told them that, listen, it's your decision at the end of the day. I'm not here to do, to push you. And this is not me being a pushy agent. I'm just telling you that if you don't proceed at least today or tomorrow, then that's it. They said, okay, fine. They came on the third day. Okay. We went there and they loved the project and everything. This is the third day and the project is not even launched. We're talking about the pre-launch. They just sent the invitation for exclusive, agents. So we were maybe, I think, 40 agents or something like that. That's it. Anyway, this is the project. They said, okay, fine. One of them, he said, I want to take a one bet. We've talked to the sales representative, and she told us there's no one bets. And we asked her, but it's not even launched yet. Yes, still, it's not. I mean, there's no way. So the guy was like, even if I want to buy it now, she said, I want to sell you. It's not like I don't want to sell, but there's nothing available. And the amount of EOI that we receive with actual checks
It's
is
bigger
way
than the supplier.
exactly way way bigger than the supply. So there's no way even I can tell you that maybe I have a chance. There's no chance. I'm telling you from now. So that's the thing. When we talk about and why it happened, because people saw the value now, and I'm not saying it's too late. You are still in the beginning. I'm just saying that people often take a lot of time to see it, and also
And this is the hesitation that people has always they ask themselves and they ask the people around them, which they have a lot of opinion and they cannot help. Is it the right time?
mm,
They're always, is it the right time? And I think we reach a point in Dubai, one day hesitation will cost you a lot.
correct. When you say is it the right time, I was doing the calculation with the client yesterday. So I was telling him uh, a particular a project, okay, that was sold for 1.5 million 2 years ago. Okay, I'm not even gonna throw random numbers. 2 years ago, 1.5 million. Today it's selling for 1.8, which is a modest number. That's fine. But if you think about it, this is in 2 years you made 300,000. Okay, this is a true 300,000 that you've lost if you didn't invest. If you think about it, because your money is in the bank, okay, you're not getting anything. Okay, maybe you get a couple of, let's say 4% return on it if it's in the what you call it, the saver plus account. That's it, but that's the maximum you can get. So that's the thing. always people wait a lot. And I have one client who I've been working on since maybe 7 months now. Still, he didn't buy, and I'm sure he's gonna buy, but still, he didn't buy because whenever he takes a decision, the project is sold out. Every time we talk about something, he waits at least 2 weeks to 3 weeks. And I go back to him and I told him, listen, there are some units, but I don't want to sell these units. They're really not worth it. So, and then we talk about a different one and then a different one. So,
So he's learning the hard way. So
exactly.
next time, once you're gonna give him a project, he's gonna reach a point, not hesitate, and find the product.
Exactly. So when you have a government that progressive and that proactive, and when you see that everything they say, they either make it or they make it even bigger than the promise. Okay, and this is, I mean, we live here. We've seen it in all aspects. I'm not just talking about real estate. I'm talking about everything.
Everything.
Whenever there's an announcement, you know that it's gonna happen way ahead of time, way bigger, and they're gonna, I don't know, over deliver. Okay, so based on everything, okay, you know that you're safe. Everything, from safety as in ourselves, the money, the investment that you put, and everything. But I understand that someone who lives abroad and who never visited Dubai, someone who lives, let's say, in Europe, they would hesitate, of course, because they're not used to it. They're not used to this transparency. They're not used to the zero tax.
Not everyone knows that in UAE they sell the news. Only just if they publish the news, it will make a difference in the market because people lived it, saw it, and they believe once they announce something, they're gonna do it. It's not just an announcement.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also, I wanted to add one more thing that, yeah, for example, let's say I had a meeting with three people, I think, and a guy was super, interested. He wanted to buy and everything, and then the other guy also, he was, still new in Dubai. He was, trying to grab as much info as possible. He was open to see anything, the difference between secondary and offline, which is better for him. What's the plan? So I understood later on that this plan was to rent, not to resell. That's fine. The third guy, he has a lot of investments, but not in Dubai, okay, outside. But he was trying to explain to his friends and preach them about what to invest, and he never invested here. And this is what I was telling him: whatever you invested there, that's good for you,
Will
but
that apply here?
yeah, it doesn't work out here. So for him, the way he thinks that you have to get the most, I'm gonna say cheap, the cheapest, the cheapest one bedroom or studio, renovate and then flip it. It works. I'm not saying no. I have three clients who work like that, and I work with them. That's fine. I'm just saying that the potential that you have with the amount that you want to spend in Dubai, you can go with something much easier, faster, value appreciation, and with a good developer. But at least you have to try with one. That's why go with someone big, with a big name. Try it. You'll get hooked. You'll get addicted to it. Instead of going to the hassle of, trying to find the distressed deals which doesn't exist anymore, and then renovating it and then finding a client for it, it's too much work. You can make it way easier than that.
I've been looking for distressed deal lately. It's so hard to find.
There's
I'm
just
I'm I was looking for it before they were contacting me, like, yeah, this is a distressed deal, let's go for it and finalize it. Nowadays in the market, it's hard to find them.
they use the word distress, especially on property finder, Bayut, and portals, because they want to attract people. And for example, they use the word motivated seller, which doesn't make sense. Okay, but I mean, motivated means for them
He's
that
running. He's
exactly.
running to say.
Yeah, that he was willing to negotiate and he's willing to change the price and everything. But the thing is that the stress deal, it happened, and let's say in 4 or 5 years ago, when COVID hit, when a lot of people felt afraid, that there was the fear factor. They wanted to get out and maybe go back to their homes, home countries, or I don't know, invest somewhere else, somewhere where they think it was more stable. But whoever bought in COVID and they kept it till now, you know how much they made, especially pre-COVID. Whoever bought in 2017, 18, 19, and they kept it till now, that's more than double.
It's
A lot
better
more
not
than
to
double.
talk about ROI of what
Exactly.
they did, comparing to the rent, or if they're gonna sell now.
Exactly.
It's way more than double the prices in most of the areas.
Yeah, so they keep using the word distress, but actually you cannot find distress unless there's a family emergency. God forbid, someone maybe has someone dying or there's a big emergency. Then okay, I understand. Someone is in desperate need of money. Okay, fine. but you cannot find distressed deals the way you think you can find it. There's no way. And also because the hype is too big, and the buyers are coming in very aggressively, and they understand Dubai, they understand the potential, whether it's often or secondary, it doesn't matter. People are coming as groups now. I mean, we saw it before when we had the war in Ukraine and Russia.
Ukraine, Russia.
We saw it when we had the crypto hype, when everyone came to Dubai, especially some of them were teenagers, not allowed even to buy properties. So we saw that, okay? And then after that, nothing happened. Now we are seeing more, in bigger and bigger groups coming in, especially with Ras Khaimah also. Same thing is happening. Whoever were interested in other places like Las Vegas and Macau and places who had the casino are coming as groups to invest, buying full floors, trying to buy buildings, but it's not happening. But bulk deals, full floors, things like that. So the hype is back
And I
again.
think the performance in Ras Al Khaimah, it's almost the same now, like in Dubai, before or the same day of the launch, everything is sold out.
Exactly. And the thing is that Ras Khaimah is not something new as projects. The announcement of the casino is relatively new, and now we are seeing the casino almost, we start to see the shape of it. But if you remember, like when Emar launched Address there, and some other developers also launched a lot of things, not now, a couple of years ago,
That's right.
a lot of people didn't believe in it. Right now, we have people asking us to buy in Address or projects that are already sold out. So that's why now, whatever you give, okay, whatever you introduce to the market in Ras Khaimah, it will be sold out. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of which size and which property and which developer, and it doesn't matter on which island. Whatever you do there is gonna be
Because of the news, as I mentioned before, they sell the news, even the rental now in Ras Al Khaimah, they're going crazy. Like I know a lot of people that lives there. They all got their evacuation letter, their legal notice.
Mm.
So people start seeing these things. Plus, last time I was there, I start seeing a lot of people that they're going also for short-term rental nowadays.
Correct. Um, all those islands that were introduced later on are starting to. We're starting to see more people going there. Like, for example, I'm starting to see people going to Dubai Island now. I've never seen anyone posted the story there because it's empty. Now I'm seeing some friends going there, spending a day on the beach there, or going. There's no restaurants, but there's a coffee shop. Staying in the coffee shop, but they are trying to, get a sense of it.
It built up. It
Yeah,
built
yeah,
up.
it's a built up exactly.
You hear someone talking about it, suddenly there is 100 person talking about it till it's all sold out.
Exactly. As long as you understand the area, like early on, and you go in early on, and of course, if there's a plan for the area, not just a regular building, you understand the plan, you understand what you want to achieve, you go in on the lowest price, let's call it, because you're in the beginning, then you're good. You're in safe hands because I've never seen any project in Dubai deappreciated, except a couple where there was a reason why they are deappreciated. But other than that, even with the crisis, with COVID, with anything that happened, it will bounce back, and everyone will win.
I think no need to sell, no need for us to sell Dubai. It's known how safe it is, how the market is going. Every time we see there is something new, there is a new project. Either if they're working on the roads now, the tunnel for the traffics and these things. So they are proving themselves, and I think Dubai and UAE it's selling itself.
Correct.
But
That's the beauty of Dubai. You don't need to lie, and you don't need to invent stories or sell dreams.
it's there.
The numbers
It's
are
there. Just choose what they
that's
are
it.
giving you and work with
Exactly.
it.
Just let's work on a plan, build your portfolio based on, the things that you have in mind. We will guide you through the whole process. These are the numbers. This is how much you're gonna make if you put your money here, and this is how much you make if use it in a different area, and that's it. It's very easy. So you sleep peacefully. There's no need to, invent anything or try to go around the investors, and that's it. And there's a lot of history that shows what I'm talking about.
And you feel safe because everything it's controlled and everything is transparent from the government, from everyone. So you don't have to worry about your money or anything's happening, even if you're not in Dubai.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing, man. Roy, it's always good to have you in Unscripted.
My pleasure.
I think we decided to shoot like 5-7 minutes.
Yeah.
We did almost, I don't know,
how
like
much. Yeah.
35-40 minutes.
Yeah.
We will be shooting more. As
Cool.
discussed, we will be doing more knowledge about the market, pricing, project in sales and in rental, because I'm receiving a lot of requests about these things from agents and investor and people that would like to learn about the market. It would be amazing to do it
Be myself, of
soon,
course.
and always pleasure, man.
Thank you.
Unscripted by Joseph Maksoud.